Om Shanti. Today is Sunday, the 31st of August 2025. On this Sunday morning, let us listen to the Avyakta Bapdada's Murli, which was originally held on 15th of December 2006. Today's Avyakta Murli of 31st August 2025 is therefore a revised Murli of 15th of December 2006. Avyakta Bapdada says, in essence, be an embodiment of remembrance, an experienced image, pass with honors and with a fast speed, and bring about transformation in a second. Let us hear the essence once again on this Sunday morning. Avyakta Bapdada says, be an embodiment of remembrance, an experienced image, pass with honors and with a fast speed, and bring about transformation in a second. Om Shanti. Today, Bapdada is seeing 3 lines of special fortune sparkling on the foreheads of all the children everywhere. Everyone's forehead is sparkling with the lines of fortune. So, Baba is seeing 3 lines of special fortune sparkling on the foreheads of all the children everywhere. What are these 3 lines? One is the line of fortune of godly sustenance. The second is the line of fortune of the teachings you have received from the elevated teacher. The third is the line of fortune of Srimad you have received from the Sadguru. So let's hear this once again. Everyone's forehead is sparkling with the lines of fortune. There are 3 such lines. Baba says, one is the line of fortune of godly sustenance. The second is the line of the fortune of the teachings you have received from the elevated teacher. The third is the line of fortune of Srimad you have received from the Sadguru. So, Bap, teacher and Sadguru. These are the 3 lines of fortune which Baba is seeing in each of the Brahmin children everywhere. In fact, all of you have plenty of fortune, but nevertheless, Baba is today especially seeing these 3 lines. You are also experiencing the sparkling lines on your foreheads, are you not? Baba is asking us, you are also experiencing the sparkling lines on your foreheads, are you not? The most elevated line is the line of the sustenance of God's love. So what is the most elevated line? It is the line of sustenance of God's love. Just as the Father is the highest of all, so God's sustenance is also the highest of all. So few receive this sustenance, yet all of you become worthy of this sustenance. So what is Baba telling us? Just as the Father is the highest of all, even so God's sustenance is also the highest of all. So few receive this sustenance, yet all of you become worthy of this sustenance. Baba says this sustenance is received by only you children and only once in the whole cycle. So how rare is it? Let us see. This sustenance is received by only you children and only once in the whole cycle. Baba says if you don't receive it now, you can never receive it. This godly sustenance, God's love and godly attainment is only experienced by you handful of souls out of millions. So what are the 3 things? This godly sustenance, God's love and godly attainment, Baba says, is only experienced by you handful of souls out of millions. All of you are experienced, are you not? Baba reconfirms, do you have this experience? You have experienced the sustenance, the study and also Srimad. You are experienced images. So, can you constantly see this star of fortune sparkling on your forehead? So, Baba tells us that we are experienced images. So, Baba asks, can you constantly see this star of fortune sparkling on your forehead all the time? Or does the sparkling star sometimes become a little dull? Let it not become dull. If the sparkling star becomes dull, do you know what the reason is for that? So, Baba tells us the reason for that. Baba says, Bapdada saw that the reason is you have not become embodiments of remembrance. So, if the sparkling star becomes dull, the reason for that is we have not become embodiments of remembrance. Baba says you think that you are a soul, but you become an embodiment of the thought. You don't become an embodiment of the awareness that much. Unless you are constantly an embodiment of remembrance, you cannot have power, because this awareness brings power. So what has Baba said? Unless you are constantly an embodiment of remembrance, you cannot have power, because this awareness brings power. An embodiment of remembrance is an embodiment of power. This is why the star of fortune sparkles less. Ask yourself what you are over a longer period. Is it an embodiment of thought or an embodiment of awareness? By being an embodiment of thought, you think very well, I am this, I am this, I am this. However, because of not being an embodiment of that awareness, waste thoughts and ordinary thoughts become mixed into your thinking. Baba highlights the word mixed. He says, because of us not being an embodiment of that awareness, waste thoughts and ordinary thoughts become mixed into our thinking. In fact, if you look at it, Baba says your eternal form is the form of awareness and power. Your form is not just of thoughts, but it is that of an embodiment. So what is Baba telling us? Your form is not just of thoughts, but it is that of an embodiment. In the beginning too, you receive the reward of having been an embodiment of awareness at this time. So eternally and originally, you are an embodiment of awareness. So what did Baba tell us? Eternally and originally, you are an embodiment of awareness. Then at this time, at the end and at the time of the confluence age too, you become an embodiment of awareness. So in all the three aspects of time, meaning at the beginning, eternally, and at the end, you are an embodiment of awareness. You are not an embodiment of thoughts. This is why Bab Dada told you earlier too, to become an experienced image at the present time is the elevated stage. Let's hear that again. Bab Dada told us earlier also, to become an experienced image at the present time is the elevated stage. You consider yourself to be a soul. You have the godly attainments. But there is a big difference between understanding this and experiencing it. So what is the difference? Baba says you consider yourself to be a soul. You do have the godly attainments, but there is a big difference between understanding this and experiencing it. An experienced image can never be deceived by Maya or experience any sorrow. The games of Maya that you see every now and then, and the games that you even play yourself, are because of the lack of being an embodiment of peace, because of the lack of being an embodiment of experience. The authority of experience is the most elevated. Baba highlights the word authority. Baba says the authority of experience is the most elevated. Bab Dada saw that some children do think about this, but that they have little experience of being an embodiment. In today's world, the majority of souls has become tired of seeing and hearing and wish to have some attainment from an experience. So Baba has told us in the last few days Murli also that majority of souls, they have now become tired of seeing and hearing. So what do they wish nowadays? They wish to have some attainment from an experience. Only those who are experienced can give an experience. Experienced souls will constantly continue to move forward. They will continue to fly because experienced souls constantly have zeal and enthusiasm emerged in them. So Baba says, check. Have you become an image of experience at every point? So Baba tells us to check, have you become an image of experience of every point? Is the authority of experience visible in your every action? Is your every word and every thought based on the authority of experience? Or is it simply based on your understanding? So Baba has asked us a very pertinent question. Baba asks us to check, have you become an image of experience of every point? Is the authority of experience visible in your every action? Is your every word and every thought based on the authority of experience, or is it simply based on your understanding? One is to understand and the other is to experience. To speak about the points of this knowledge for every subject can also be done by outside speakers who give many speeches. So Baba says to speak about the points of this knowledge or Gyan for every subject can also be done by outside speakers, meaning Agyanis, who give many speeches. However, to become an embodiment of the experience of every point means to be an enlightened soul. Baba has said to become an embodiment of the experience of every point means to be an enlightened soul. There are many who have yoga, there are many who sit for yoga, but to experience yoga means to be an embodiment of power. And you are recognizable as an embodiment of power by your being able to invoke a particular power that is needed at that time and becoming an embodiment that is free from obstacles. Let's hear this very important sentence once again. Baba says, there are many who have yoga, there are many who sit for yoga, but to experience yoga means to be an embodiment of power. And you are recognizable as an embodiment of power by your being able to invoke a particular power that is needed at that time and becoming an embodiment that is free from obstacles. If even one power is lacking, if you speak about it but you are not an embodiment of it, then too you can be deceived at that time. For example, Baba says, if you need the power of tolerance but you use the power to oppose, you cannot be called yogyukt or an embodiment of experience. What would be the sign of your being an embodiment of awareness and an embodiment of experience in all four subjects? In your stage, you would have the consciousness of being an instrument. In your attitude, you would constantly have pure feelings, soul conscious feelings and altruistic feelings. In the atmosphere and in relationships and connections, you would always be humble and your words would be pure and gentle. These specialities would be the natural nature at every moment of someone who is an experienced image. Natural nature. So let's hear once again the signs of us being an embodiment of awareness and an embodiment of experience in all four subjects. Baba says, in your stage, you would have the consciousness of being an instrument. In your attitude, you would constantly have pure feelings, soul conscious feelings and altruistic feelings. In the atmosphere and in relationships and connections, you would always be humble and your words would be pure and gentle. These specialities would be the natural nature at every moment of someone who is an experienced image. Natural nature. At present, some children sometimes say, I don't want to do this, but it is my old nature. Your nature naturally does that work and you don't even have to think about it. Your nature is naturally doing that work. So Baba says, check yourself. What is my natural nature? So Baba asks us to check ourselves. What is our natural nature? If I have even the slightest trace of my old nature, then by it being used again and again, it becomes a firm sanskar. In order to finish your old nature and old sanskars, even though you want to do this, you are unable to do it. What is the reason for that? Baba says you have become knowledgeful about everything. You don't want something to happen and yet it happens. So what is the reason for that? There is little power of transformation. Baba says in the majority of you, it is visible that the power of transformation is lacking. You understand it, you speak about it, and if you were all asked to write or give a lecture on the topic of the power of transformation, then Bab Dada feels that all of you are very clever and you could even give very good lectures and write very well about it too. Then, if others come, you could also explain to them very well. Don't worry, just transform it. However, you yourselves lack the power of transformation. Yet, knowing the importance of the present time, you should not take time to bring about transformation. Baba says, let the power of transformation be used in a second. Since you understand that something should not happen, and though you understand this, if you are unable to transform yourself, the reason for that is that you think about it, but you don't become an embodiment of it. So what is the reason? We think about it, but we don't become an embodiment of it. You become an embodiment of those thoughts for a longer period throughout the day. The majority of you lack being an instrument. Baba says the majority of you lack being an embodiment of awareness, and so an embodiment of power. So now Baba says it is now the time for an intense speed, the time for intense effort. Let us remember that this Murli was held on 15th of December 2006. It is not the time for ordinary effort. Baba says transformation in a second means that by your being an embodiment of awareness, you should become free from negative and wasteful thoughts in a second. Why? Because Baba says you are the instruments for bringing the time and completion close. So, according to the importance of the present time, and since you know that every step has multi-millions merged in it, you keep the awareness of increasing that in your intellect. You keep the awareness of increasing that in your intellect. But your intellect should also remain aware that you can lose it. So what is Baba saying? According to the importance of the present time, since you know, that is, each of us Brahmin children knows that every step has multi-millions merged in it, you keep the awareness of increasing that in your intellect. But your intellect should also remain aware that you can lose it. If you are creating multi-millions at every step, you can also lose multi-millions at every step. Can you not? Asks Baba. So now the question of a minute is over. You say for others that they should stay in a minute of silence. But for you people, it now has to be a matter of a second. So Baba highlights the word minute and second, and it says, whereas for others we say that they should stay in a minute of silence, for us Brahmin souls, Baba says, it now has to be a matter of a second. How long does it take to think yes or no? Baba asks. A second? So, such fast transformation power is required. You understand when something is fine or not fine. Put a full stop to that which is not fine and make that which is fine practical. Therefore, Baba says, now use the importance of the full stop. You know about the 3 dots, do you not? However, use the dot, that is full stop, at the right time. Baba says scientists are doing everything quickly now, and they are also using the power of transformation a lot more. So you, with the power of silence, now keep this aim. That is, if you want to bring about transformation, you are knowledgeful, but now become powerful in a speed of a second. Baba highlights the words knowledgeful and powerful. Baba says you are knowledgeful, but now become powerful in the speed of a second. We are doing it, it will happen, we will do it. No. Is it possible or is it difficult? Baba asks, is it possible or is it difficult? Because at the final moment, it will be the paper of a second, not a minute. So what has Baba cautioned us? At the final moment, it will be the paper of a second, not a minute. So only if you have the practice of a second over a long period of time will you be able to pass with honors in a second. You are God's students. You are studying this godly study, and you definitely have to pass with honors. So what is the hope that Baba has in all our children? You are God's students. You are studying this godly study, and you definitely have to pass with honors. So what if you claim pass marks? Pass with honors. Baba says, so what if you claim pass marks? Pass with honors. What aim have you kept? Those of you who believe that you have to pass with honors, raise your hands. Baba highlights the words pass with honors again and again. Pass with honors. Underline the word honors. Acha. So, what will you now have to do? A motor a minute is common. It is now a matter of a second. So, it is no longer a motor a minute which is common. It is now a matter of a second. Yes, those from Punjab, it is now a matter of a second. Who will be number one in this? Punjab. What is the big deal? You speak with such intoxication. You speak very well with such intoxication that when Bab Dada hears it, he is very pleased. You say, what is the big deal? Because Bab Dada is with you. So, you have the authority with you. Baba highlights the word authority. Baba says you have the authority with you. So, what are you now going to do? You now have to become intense effort makers. You are doing service. What else would you do without having service to do? Would you sit idle? Baba says, what are you doing? You are doing service, and what else would you do without having service to do? Would you sit idle? Service is the dharma, that is religion, and karma, that is action of Brahmin souls. Service is the dharma and karma of Brahmin souls. However, now, along with doing service, become an embodiment of power. Baba says Bab Dada is pleased with the amount of zeal and enthusiasm for doing service you have shown and is also congratulating you. However, just as you have received the crown of service, you are wearing crowns. That is, the youth group was wearing a crown and a sash. See how good they look. Now show everyone by wearing the crown of becoming an embodiment of awareness. Baba asks, it is the youth group, is it not? So, what wonder will you show? Number one in service and number one in being an embodiment of power. So, what message did Baba give to the youth of Punjab who were putting on crowns and a sash? Baba says, what wonder will you show? Number one in service and number one in being an embodiment of power. To give the message is also the dharma and karma of Brahmin life. But Bab Dada is now giving you a signal to speed up the machinery of transformation. So what signal is Baba giving us? To speed up the machinery of transformation. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to pass with honors. The practice of this over a long period of time is needed. Think about it and do it. Do not just become an embodiment of thought. Also become an embodiment of awareness and so an embodiment of power. Finish anything wasteful at a fast speed. Waste thoughts, wasteful words, wasteful actions, wasteful time and wasteful methods and systems in relationships and connections. Finish all of it. So what did Baba tell us? Finish anything wasteful at a fast speed. When you Brahmin souls quickly finish all of that waste in yourselves, you will quickly accumulate blessings from souls and increase your account of charity. Bab Dada told you earlier that Bab Dada is checking 3 types of account. What are they? Baba says the account of the speed of effort, the account of blessings and the account of charity. So the 3 accounts are the account of the speed of effort, the account of blessings and the account of charity. However, the accounts of the majority are not that full. This is why Bab Dada is today reminding you of the slogan, now become fast, become intense effort makers, become those who quickly finish everything, become those who quickly transform the atmosphere with their minds. So, after cautioning all the Brahmin children, Baba says, Bab Dada is pleased with all the children with regard to one thing. What is that? All of you have deep love in your hearts for the Father. Congratulations for that. However, should I tell you what you have to do? By the end of this season, and you still have time, show one splendor or another at a fast speed by the end of this season. So what task has Baba given? Show one splendor or another at a fast speed by the end of this season. So let's remember that this Murli was held in December of 2006. Do you like it? Baba asks, do you like this? Those of you who feel that you will keep both the aim and its qualifications in your awareness, raise your hands. Those who will keep both the aim and its qualifications in front of you, raise your hands. Double foreigners will do this. Teachers will do this. And the youth will also do this. Those in the front row will also do this. So, multi-million congratulations in advance. Acha. Now, practice this right now. In a second, become free from negative thoughts, free from wasteful thoughts. Become stable and concentrate on one Father and none other. So, Baba has asked everyone to practice in a second to become stable and concentrate on one Father and none other. Are you able to sit and concentrate on this one thought? Let there be no other thoughts. Sit in the experience of concentrating on just the one thought. Do not take time, but in just a second. Acha. To all the children everywhere who have sent special love and remembrance, each of those children, please accept love, remembrance and blessings from the heart personally by name. Bab Dada is saying that this is in everyone's heart. Give my remembrance, give my remembrance. However, the moment you children have this thought, it reaches Bab Dada at that time. Therefore, Baba is giving all of you children love and remembrance personally by your names and your specialities. Baba says to all you elevated children who are constantly embodiments of awareness, embodiments of power and embodiments of experience, to those who always instantly put into practice the pure thoughts you have, just as there is the importance of an instant donation, in the same way there is also the importance of instant transformation. To the world transformer children who bring about instant transformation, to all the Mahavir children who put godly sustenance, God's love, godly study and God's Srimat into their every action, to the Mahavir children who make number one intense effort with their courage, concentration and unity, Bap Dada's love and remembrance from his heart, blessings from his heart and Namaste. And we the spiritual children also say Namaste to our spiritual father. Now Baba is addressing the Dadis. To the Dadis, all of you are playing good parts. Bap Dada is pleased seeing each one's part. The young ones are also playing good parts. Do not think that you are just the young ones. Young ones are equal to God. The Shaktis have their own parts and the Pandavas have their own parts. Nothing could continue if the Pandavas were not there, and nothing could continue if the Shaktis were not there. This is why there is the memorial of the four-armed image in Bharat. So Baba clarifies why there is the memorial of the four-armed image in Bharat. Because neither the Pandavas nor the Shaktis could do anything in isolation. They need one another. In no other religion do they show the four-armed image, but in Bharat, the four-armed image has prominence. Baba says it has importance. So both are playing very good parts. However, now do everything quickly. That is all. Sometimes you become a little slack. Baba says now is not the time to become slack. Many different things happen, but by understanding the significance of the situations, you have to remain Rajyukt, Yogyukt, Snehayukt, that is loving, and Sahyogyukt, that is cooperative, as you move along. Is it okay? So Baba is telling the Dadis that they have to remain Rajyukt, Yogyukt, Snehayukt and Sahyogyukt as they move along. Is it okay? To Dadiji, Baba says, this is very good, is it not? Look how so many have come. Why have they come? Why has everyone come? to meet you. So Baba is addressing Dadi Prakashmani and saying they have come to meet you. They have of course come to meet Bap Dada, but if the Dadis were not there, they would say that they don't enjoy it. So there is no enjoyment if all of you are not here either. Finally, the blessing for today. May you become an embodiment of success by putting on the switch of awareness and benefiting yourself and others. Let's hear the blessing once again on this Sunday morning. Baba says, may you become an embodiment of success by putting on the switch of awareness and benefiting yourself and others. Baba explains, the basis of your stage is your awareness. Constantly have this powerful awareness. I belong to the Father and the Father belongs to me. By having this awareness, your stage will remain powerful and you will also make others powerful. Baba says, when a switch is put on, there is light. In the same way, this awareness is also a switch. Let the switch of attention be constantly on and you will continue to benefit yourself and others. Since you have a new birth, have new memories and finish all memories of the past. Baba says, since you have a new birth, have new memories and finish all memories of the past. By using this method, you will receive the blessings of being an embodiment of success. Finally, the slogan for today. In order to experience super sensuous joy, remain stable in your stage of an embodiment of peace. Slogan once again. In order to experience super sensuous joy, remain stable in your stage of an embodiment of peace. Om Shanti. In the Avyakt signals, in order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love, today's point is, Bap Dada is bound by a bond of love and cannot become free even if he wanted to. So, Bap Dada is bound by a bond of love and he cannot become free even if he wanted to. This is why they have shown an image of being bound on the path of devotion. Even while Avyakt, he had to be bound by a bond in a practical form. Even though he was liberated from the physical form, he could not become free. This bond of love is very strong. Baba says this bond of love is very strong. Become an embodiment of love. Tie one another with a bond of love and give the experience of a close relationship and of belonging. Acha, Om Shanti.